Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video is brought to us by Patreon supporter Muffins. Muffins wanted a high-powered, no-budget deck list built around Kykar Windsfury with a Spellslinger theme. My favorite. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Kykar is a 4-mana 3/3 legendary bird wizard with flying. He also says whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying. Additionally, we can sacrifice a spirit and add a single red mana to our mana pool. Kykar is insane and considered one of the strongest commanders in the game. There's a CEDH combo that I initially built into the deck, but Muffins said he didn't want to go that route. For those who want to see the combo, let me explain. You will need 2 spirit tokens, your 99 will only have 2 creatures, Elsha of the Infinite, and Trinket Mage. Once you have 2 spirit tokens on board, along with Kykar, you cast Divergent Transformations, exiling our 2 tokens. We then reveal cards from the top of our library until we reveal the only 2 creatures in our deck and put them into play. Trinket Mage, upon entering the battlefield, allows us to tutor up Sensei's Divining Top, which, combined with Elsha and Kykar, allow us to draw our entire deck. At that point, the rest of your deck is tutors to find your win con, interaction, ramp, and card advantage, which is how most CEDH decks are built. A checklist for a casual commander deck usually looks something like this. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, 1 sudden I win card. Building a deck this way means you usually have about 25 to 30 cards that are central to the plan of the deck. But a CEDH or even a high-powered deck often looks something like this. 45 to 50 mana sources, usually 30 to 35 lands plus around 15 pieces of ramp. 15 to 20 pieces of card advantage. 20 to 30 pieces of interaction or spot removal. Maybe 1 or 2 board wipes. 3 to 5 pieces of graveyard hate. 3 to 5 sudden I win cards. CEDH is all in on winning the game, and they want to ensure they do it as quickly as possible. However, a CEDH player knows that their opponents could combo off at any time, so cards that don't see play in casual EDH like Flusterstorm, Angel's Grace, or Mental Misstep all of a sudden become powerhouses. Where Rhystic Study will draw you a ton of cards over the course of a game, Mystic Remora will do that in just 1 turn cycle. Now, I am not an expert on CEDH, but I have played a few games and built a few decks over the years. And when Muffins said he wanted high power, that's exactly what I went for. Now, I didn't go full CEDH with this list, so our deck will fall somewhere in between the 2 checklists. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Mystic Monastery, Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, Misty Rainforest, Marsh Flats, Flooded Strand, Bloodstained Mire, Rogram Triome, Steam Vents, Sacred Foundry, Hallowed Fountain, Training Center, Spectator Seating, Sea of Clouds, Storm Carved Coast, Sundown Pass, Deserted Beach, Sulphur Falls, Clifftop Retreat, Glacial Fortress, Reliquary Tower, 4 islands, 5 mountains, and 2 plains. Since we're high power, I wanted to focus on lands that came into play untapped. Mostly. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Conviction, Talisman of Progress, Izzet Signet, Boros Signet, and Azorius Signet make up our mana rocks. Smothering Tithe, and Stormkiln Artist for treasure generation. As Foretold gives us 1 free spell every turn, and since our commander makes a lot of tokens, we've also got Sorcerer Class and Mana Echoes. Whirlwind of Thought, Rhystic Study, Underworld Breach, Mystic Remora, Enlightened Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Jeskai Ascendancy, Echo of Eons, Windfall, Skull Clamp, Archmage Emeritus, Teferi's Ageless Insight, and Expressive Iteration allow us to dig through our deck, find answers, and stay ahead of our opponents. Chaos Warp, Commit Memory, Counterspell, Dovin's Veto, Generous Gift, Negate, Swords to Plowshares, Teferi's Protection, Vandal Blast, and Abrade make up our interaction package. Cyclonic Rift, and Farewell. Nothing fancy, just brutal and powerful. To copy our spells for added value, we've got Thousand Year Storm, Expansion Explosion, Narset's Reversal, Reiterate, Arcane Bombardment, Mizzix's Mastery, Reverberate, Increasing Vengeance, Bonus Round, and Ral's Storm Conduit. Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal means we have an infinite storm count and infinite mana, but we've also got False Dawn, Mana Geyser, Seething Song, and Battle Hymn. Harmonic Prodigy, Veyran Voice of Duality, and Anointed Procession all double our token generation. Impact Tremors and Haze of Rage both help us to close out games quickly. Crackle with Power is another possible win con, as is Lightning Bolt. No, I'm serious. Especially when paired with Insult Injury and our other various copy effects. But the funnest inclusion I was able to slot in, and the cards that make me want to build this deck for myself, are Furnace of Wrath, Dictate of the Twin Gods, and Fractured Identity. My current dream is to cast Fractured Identity targeting a Furnace of Wrath, giving each of our opponents a copy. This means all damage is now multiplied by 8. So if we cast Crackle with Power where X equals 1, we can deal 40 to each opponent at the table. Let's take a look at our deck and compare it to our checklist. 54 mana sources split between 34 lands, 14 pieces of ramp counting our commander, and 6 rituals. 13 pieces of card advantage, 10 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, 1 sudden I win card in Haze of Rage. But in reality, this deck has numerous paths to victory. Any instant or sorcery combined with any 2 copy effects generates infinite copies, which wins us the game with Ral. Or generates infinite treasure tokens with Stormkiln Artist, and we can then use that mana to kill everyone with a giant Crackle with Power. The point of a Spellslinger deck isn't to have one single path to victory. Instead, your cards generate synergy with each other, each one empowering the other. A Mana Geyser by itself isn't scary, but a Mana Geyser into a Reiterate with buyback is a beautiful thing to behold. Even more so when coupled with the looks on your opponent's faces. Do you have a Kykar deck? Or perhaps a Spellslinger deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Q-Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons, Jiraiya, Muffins, Casey, Nick, Marcus, Black Dragon, Phoenix of Ice, Squishy, RGC, and Brett. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.